Are we live?
You got me there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here. I didn't know if we were live or not.
Well, I'm not sure if we're live.
I see live on the screen here.
Well, then I guess we're live.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
I'm doing okay, pal. I'm doing okay. I took a couple seconds to figure this out. You know, we're trying to sign in here, and since we've NWO'd and taken over,
Yeah.
or DX'd them, it's our show now.
Yeah, but we're not going to be spray painting any planes here.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Yeah, due to Hannibal had a prior engagement to do, so we're taking over.
Again, and it looks like we're 4 minutes late here on the BarnBurner network, so I think we might get cut off early. So why don't we start off the show? Have you been on Hannibal's show before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay, so why don't we just tell the audience, well, who we are since we took over.
All right. Well, I'm Jeff, and I'm autistic, and I pretty much promote the Hannibal TV on all social media.
All right. And how did you get hooked in with the Hannibal TV?
Well, I started when he was at 60,000 subscribers, and I came across his channel somehow, and just started promoting his channel, and now he's up to like what 236 plus subscribers now.
Yeah, something like that. He's doing well.
Yeah.
And I guess you could take a little bit of credit on that, won't you?
Yeah.
Unless it's all about the cat in the background. I see a cat in the background.
Yeah, that's my Haggard.
Okay, just remind your cat this is a family show.
Haggard. Bubba.
People will be looking in the background and seeing what the cat is doing there. Yeah, you're only allowed to lick from the belly button up. Sorry, the cement. So, and I'm Jimmy Mack, stand-up comic, touring comic for 12 years, 3 different TV specials. Had a great time doing it, and then I had 7.5 years of live TV locally here in Winnipeg, doing a morning show every morning, of course, and getting up 4 a.m. And I certainly don't miss those days.
Yeah, where I live right now, it's like cold as heck.
So where are you right now?
Syracuse.
Syracuse. Okay, so yeah, Winnipeg, up in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. We get to chat a little bit about things. So we're going to cover a whole bunch of stuff tonight, from wrestling to, I guess, real life is sometimes a nice thing to chat about and be proud of certain things. So let's just start. I just want to start a little bit with your story, because you did a massive weight loss.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in 2018, I lost my mom to a fatal heart attack, and that was in November, and my wonderful aunt took me in after that, and I've been living here for 2 years now. And she's got me eating right, working out, and just watching what I eat and portion control.
So what's a normal day for you right now, since you've sort of turned your life around? And I'm assuming losing the family member kind of probably sent you in a bit of a spiral to begin with, and digging yourself out of those spirals, in those depressions. You gain weight, it's true, or people lose weight. One of the two. There's two sides to that all the time,
Yeah.
and it's pretty hard to dig out of those situations. So, how did you start digging out of that to become where you are today?
Well, when I have my bad days, my aunt is the sunshine that comes from my window. She gets me out of bed and just to keep her insane and stuff like that.
Are you lucky you have your aunt? I got a neighbor that comes through my window. Totally different.
Yeah. Yeah, that my mom died, I'll never forget because I was the only one there and watched her.
Well, that's pretty. Well, it's commendable that you're still here because a lot of people can take a downturn and take a different side of things. And you turned it around. You went with the aunt. The aunts helped you out, and obviously this weight loss journey is a continuing battle, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a daily battle going to stores and seeing all the junk food, and I remember myself to say no to all that.
But you have your cheat days, don't you?
I do occasionally. Like tonight, we had Thai food and from Erewhon, and yeah, we have
Cool.
We have tavern food sometimes, and keep
All
it
right.
local.
So listen, why don't we get into some wrestling or wrestling chat just for fun?
Oh yeah.
And before we get into this this masked mystery character who's going to be fighting in a little, well, I guess what, couple days here.
Yeah.
I know Selena's been on YouTube.
Yeah.
Promoting a little bit of it. I think it's called, well, he's the Blood Hunter, but no one knows who he is really.
Yeah.
But I guess he's facing Just Incredible.
Oh yeah, the ECW legend.
Yeah. Now, no, I'm going to get in trouble for this. And I know that Blood Hunter, of course, being heel, would probably say, is he really a legend? Right?
Yeah.
So what do you think some of the outcomes might be off that?
I think it's going to be one, I don't know if I can say bloody, but I think it's going to be a bloody battle.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Blood Hunter has to come up with some merchandise, perhaps some mask sales. I've read a lot online. Yeah. People are digging that mask.
Yeah.
Like, do you have any connections to get us one or two?
Not really. The only mask I wear is the official Hannibal TV mask.
Well, how do you get these things? Like, you know, I've been a guest how many times? Now I'm guest hosting. I still don't have a shirt. I don't even have a pen. Nothing. I don't even have like a thank you letter from this guy.
You got to buy them on his Teespring store.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Where you can find it at www.thehannibaltv.com.
There you go. There's a cheap plug, right? Why not? Yeah. Why not?
And I'm wearing the hoodie too, so.
Oh man, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Must be nice to be rich, I'll tell you that.
I'm not rich by all means.
So let's talk. You like you do watch your WWE. You and I are both sort of WWE guys. We do watch. I watch a little bit of AEW. So, like, let's chat a little bit about WWE, for example. So they're in a bit of a bind here from, let's say, a couple of weeks ago. You have Drew McIntyre, and you have a Legend show, and things are somewhat going pretty good, I guess, for Drew McIntyre. Maybe the fans are thinking, who's he going to face? Without reading the cheat sheets, of course, the dirt sheets or any kind of inside backstage info. And then we get Goldberg.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so Goldberg comes out and challenges Drew McIntyre. Now, I watched that Raw. I don't remember Drew McIntyre necessarily being disrespectful to any of the legends. Do you?
Me neither. And I pray for him because he has COVID right now.
Yeah. I'm going to get to that. I'm getting to that. But I'm just talking about the Goldberg angle here where he comes out and says McIntyre has been disrespectful. So me being a fan of WWE and seeing all this happen, I don't remember any disrespect happening.
I didn't see any either, but I think they're just bringing him in to because he was main star in the '90s, and they're trying to push Drew McIntyre now. So they're gonna end up. He's gonna end up winning.
Well, and then of course the big joke consistently on the internet is Oldberg coming in, right?
Yeah.
There's a point in time. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the legends. I do. I like when they come in. It brings back some memories to me. I'm sure it does that to a lot of people. But at the same time, I don't necessarily know I want to see these legends wrestle anymore.
Yeah.
Like Goldberg, we already know he's the spear and the jackhammer. That's it. Right?
Yeah.
And a spear and a Superman punch doesn't work for I don't like Roman Reigns to begin with. I think he's pretty boring. But I mean, those finishers don't work for Roman Reigns. Why am I going to believe that Goldberg's spear works now?
Oh yeah. I went to a house show in the War Memorial March 1st, and Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Baron Corbin, Sheamus, and Bobby Roode for the main event. And Roman Reigns, after the match, gave his glove to a kid in the crowd.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, nobody's taken that away from him, that he's a good character, to kids.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, as for excitement, he lumbers around the ring very slowly.
Yeah.
He's not an Undertaker, so he doesn't have any charisma to begin with, Roman Reigns. And I mean, obviously that's why he's got Paul Heyman with him, right, to do his chat.
Oh yeah. I like this. I like the angle they're doing right now with the head of the table.
You do?
Yeah, I like the heel version of Roman Reigns.
Well, put it this way. To me, he was never over that much as a babyface to begin with. So why not make him a heel?
Yeah.
And while you're piping in, trashy boos and yays, it's pretty easy to keep him as heel because he's already hated. So just start piping in the hatred.
Yeah. Yeah, like they should have done what they did with Triple H when what the heck? What Royal Rumble was that when Triple H won the belt from Roman and Roman went all heel and started beating up Triple H?
Oh, I don't remember that. Wouldn't know what number that is, but
yeah.
As long as they like him as the heel, and I say if he's not a fan favorite, just keep him as a heel anyway, because if there were fans there, he was going to be booed to begin with.
Oh yeah.
So now, do you think what's going to happen? So now let's go back to Drew McIntyre with his COVID.
Yeah.
So is Drew McIntyre going to be available for this match coming up?
I don't know. He's got a quarantine for 2 weeks.
And that's coming up and that Royal Rumble's coming.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm correct, with a couple of people that I know who've experienced COVID symptoms, depending on McIntyre, he may be one of these asymptomatics who doesn't necessarily show any symptoms, but from what I understand, it does drain you quite a bit. I mean, it's not the normal, obviously, flu, as they say, but he's drained. Will he be in game shape for the Royal Rumble?
I hardly see him being in shape for this match.
So now we fast forward into this week where McIntyre comes on air, which I find interesting because WWE for the longest time tried to hide any COVID from the fans. And now you have superstars coming out saying, hey, I wear my mask, you should wear your mask.
Yeah.
Right? And McIntyre saying, yeah, I have COVID, which is to me an oddity because they hadn't come out and expressed any of their wrestlers publicly at the time had COVID or had symptoms, and now he's coming out there saying, "Okay, wear your mask."
Yeah, I agree. I always wear my mask when I'm out in public now, and I bring my bottle of hand sanitizer, and I don't have COVID yet, so.
Well, I mean, we all know this, and Hannibal's told me this for the longest time. When he was talking about you, he was kind of happy with this COVID situation because he said that you had a face for a mask this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
I joke. I kid.
I know. My aunt jokes with me all the time, so I get it.
I don't mind. Like, I mean, honestly, like to me, you know, there's a conspiracy theorist out there. Is COVID real? Honestly, does it really faze me to wear a mask into the supermarket and back out to my vehicle? Not really.
Not really.
You know, if it helps save a life or save mine or save yours, I'll do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I just hopefully we get back to having a crowd in wrestling.
Yeah, because these TVs in the crowd really isn't doing it.
Now you tried to get on one of the, was it a pay-per-view or was it a Raw or a SmackDown?
What the heck was that pay-per-view? I think I tried to get in Hell in a Cell, I think.
Oh no, wait, tables TLC. You tried TLC.
Yeah, TLC. I tried to get TLC, and I clicked the link, and it said full, and I'm like, oh crap.
So how does that work for? Let's say there's one or two folks out there who want to try and get in on pay-per-view, or I guess you can do it on a weekly basis if you wanted to on a Raw. How does that work? Do you have to register with WWE?
Yeah, you gotta fill out this thingy-mabobber on Twitter, the WWE Thunderdome, and you gotta put your email in, your name and signature and all that, and then they'll send you an information on the email, and you gotta click it like at a certain time or something.
Oh yeah, kind of like how I have to join here.
Yeah. Yeah, when Hannibal asked me to do this, I was like nervous, and then I asked my buddy Perpetual Comedy on YouTube, and he had work, so I was like trying to find a co-host.
So you settled with me.
I think you're very funny, though.
Yes. I should just explain it. You know, if people are going to start writing in, you could write in on BarnBurner. I hate this. I wasn't their first choice. Now, I'm like, there's mouth of the South, I'm mouth of the North here, and I yak consistently. But we belong to this little chat group with Hannibal TV. Yeah. And I go and I read all these different things about we're looking for a co-host, looking for a co-host, looking for a co-host. He's mentioned everyone's name except the guy who's in the chat. And so I piped in when I saw Matthew actually had to bail tonight. He's out making dinner.
Yeah, he's with his girlfriend's family or something.
Yeah, well, he's with them making dinner. I think that was a great line. But so yeah, but it's a lot of fun to come on here and we'll kill a little bit of time here for Hannibal. So let's go back to Raw. So now we see the other thing. I don't know if you read this, but Mustafa Ali.
Oh yeah, and Retribution.
Yeah, and Retribution. So insiders say, and the article says, Ali was a little agitated that these legends got a lot of airtime and he didn't. But if you watch that Raw, I don't think the legends got a ton of time.
Oh yeah, you had Hulk Hogan at the beginning of the show, and then he did a promo with Jimmy Hart and Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in the middle, and then pretty much all the legends just sat there for the Keith Lee versus Drew McIntyre match.
And even the fact of airtime, so I kind of had Raw taped, then I kind of read everything about Mustafa Ali talking about how much time the legends had, and I don't think they had a lot of time. I mean, you got Randy Orton making fun of Mark Henry and the scooter.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, but if you look, this is how I look at it. Right now, Randy Orton is a popular character.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And he's a fantastic heel. He's even as a face, he's still the heel. He's kind of the Razor Ramon, right? No matter what he was, they liked him.
Yeah.
But so that's who your airtime should go to, is the people that, or the characters that are getting you the viewership. Although viewership may be down, I'm going to tell you right now, if Randy Orton comes on talking or making fun of Mark Henry, I'm probably going to watch that. But you have Mustafa Ali come on, and I'm going for a sandwich and a bathroom break. Am I correct? Like you got to go with what the interest is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but if Alexa Bliss comes on, I'll definitely be watching.
Oh, I'm always up for her. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But and to me that too. So now you've taken Fiend out for whatever reasons. You've taken him out again. But Alexa Bliss, to me, I think she's carrying that well. I like her evilness. I like the twist that they've put her in her own playground.
Yeah, like a Harley Quinn type.
Well, of course. And I think, you know what? I wonder how much input that Alexa Bliss has to that, because we all know she is she's a fan of the Harley Quinn character, so she must enjoy this portion of the heel.
Yeah, and congratulations to her and Ryan Cabrera for getting engaged.
Thanks for ruining my night. They're only engaged, so you're saying I have a chance.
Yeah, but she was coupled with Buddy Murphy though. Before that though.
Oh, was it? Oh yeah, that's with Buddy Murphy, hey?
Yeah. Now he's with Rey Mysterio's daughter Aaliyah, I think her name is.
I think so, yeah. I'm kind of glad that angle is somewhat done. I was tired of it, and then they did the draft. And to me, I guess they had to sort of take them over there. But I noticed that Mysterio now he's got both eyes available again, right? They've taken that eye match away from him.
Yeah.
And let him see with both eyes again.
Yeah. Yeah, that angle should have been dropped.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago. And it's interesting that they've moved. See, to me, the Fiend was what you tuned into SmackDown for. That was the character, right? Yeah. And now you take the Fiend out of SmackDown because Raw was sucking.
Yeah.
So now you look at SmackDown, and what do you have in SmackDown? You have Big E.
I like Big E.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So you have Big E, but is he enough to draw viewership and carry SmackDown? I'm not sure. And I don't think Roman Reigns is the answer to carry SmackDown either.
Yeah. And you have Seth Rollins out there with Becky Lynch on maternity leave.
Yeah.
And the Street Profits, you have them. They're pretty good tag team.
They got some entertainment. They do have some entertainment value, but it's not. I'm talking about when you tune into them. When you would tune into SmackDown, you can kind of go, okay, what time is the Fiend coming on? I'm looking forward to like Firefly Funhouse or whatever is going to happen, right? But I never sit there and I never say, oh, I can hardly wait for Roman Reigns and his teeth to make an entrance.
And who is it, Jimmy or Jay that comes out with him?
Yeah, it's Jay. Yeah. Jay that comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, he does all the work pretty much. Attacks Kevin Owens or.
Yeah, I almost feel sorry for Kevin Owens. Like I would actually, and again, I'm not a massive fan of Kevin Owens, but I do appreciate the work that he puts in.
Yeah.
And I think they should just give it to him. Like, why not?
Yeah, he's already won the Universal Championship once.
Right. Like let him take over and just for, even if it's for a month, and let Roman Reigns come back. But I still don't understand why Roman Reigns, the minute he comes back, needs a title. I just don't get it. Like, I know he's recognizable. He's probably one of their bigger stars. Obviously, he's that recognizable. But do you need to put that belt on him? I don't think so. I think he's going to sell tickets no matter what. I think you recognize him walking through an airport. You don't need a belt on him to walk through an airport.
Yeah.
But like Sami Zayn, as much as I was not he was almost annoying me. But Sami Zayn played a pretty good character when he had the IC belt.
Oh yeah, handcuffing Jeff Hardy and who the heck was it? AJ Styles to that ladder so he could climb up it and
fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Actually, speaking of Hardy, I was watching when he was fighting Orton.
Yeah.
Or no, was he fighting Orton? Who was he fighting? Yeah. Was it not Orton and Hardy? Hey?
Yeah. I think it was
like
Orton.
when Orton put his fingers through the loops in his ears. Like, that was painful to watch. Like I'm surprised. I'm so glad that he didn't actually get hurt, but that would be one quick movement by accident and his earlobes are done.
Yeah, I know people that have those big like earlobe things in
Yeah.
their ears, and I'm like, how the heck can you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. They must. He always takes those little discs out to wrestle, but when Orton put his fingers in there and kind of pulled his head back, I'm like, ouch, that would hurt.
And I love how their WWE just trademarked the Hardy Bros because of Matt Riddle and Jeff Hardy.
Actually, I got to correct you. It's not Matt Riddle. It's just Riddle now, which I don't understand.
Yeah, because the Candy Cartwright situation.
Yeah. So yeah, he's switched over. I don't mind him. I think he's kind of funny when he comes in. Again, this is one of the guys who I think quite by accident is becoming semi-popular, but for his interviews and for his silliness, which I think is missing in a lot of the wrestling today.
Yeah. Yeah, he was supposed to fight the UFC American Psycho Seven Bonner in a match for the House of Glory, and he never showed up. He bailed like on the day of the fight, I believe.
Oh, is that right? Riddle bailed?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know his record. I'm assuming if a lot of these guys that say they're fighters from Ultimate Fighting and they come over to WWE, they obviously weren't good enough to stay in the Ultimate Fighting.
Yeah.
That's my theory, right?
Yeah. Now, Riddle just posted something on Twitter the other day about UFC is dropping their 420 policy.
Okay.
So I guess the fighters can smoke now.
So I don't know if is that a good thing? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Like, do you want to go to the ring half baked? I don't understand. Like,
I'm straight edge. I've never smoked. I never did drugs. I have drank before though.
So they're gonna relax on the 420.
Yeah.
So basically, like to me, like the marijuana, the weed thing is more of a relaxer, right? It's a stress relief. It helps. So like, what are you gonna do? Like to me, like they hug already in the ring enough. Now you're gonna get in there and go, dude, let's just relax, man.
Yeah, like a Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, let's just calm down, man. You're hitting too hard. So I don't know. I'm assuming that if they're gonna test and 420 policy is dropped, it's probably gonna help some of the guys. And a lot of them, hey, like a lot of it is that CBD, right? So if the CBD heals and they say it has some healing properties or pain relief properties, then by all means, why not use it? Like to me, it doesn't matter if they're smoking up or they're using medical marijuana, as they would probably label it under medical marijuana.
Yeah.
Then use it, man. If it helps with back pain or whatever pain or whatever it does for you, I'm for it, man.
Yeah.
I don't think it helps them fight, but if it helps you heal or pain relief or whatever it may be, then hey, go ahead, go for it.
Yeah, I'm with whatever floats people's boats.
Yeah. So what else do you want to talk about for WWE?
I really didn't like the Raw main event they did this week with Triple H and Randy Orton, and had Alexa Bliss blow that fireball into Randy Orton. And
so why didn't you like it? What didn't you like?
I don't know. It's like the stuff Randy Orton said about Stephanie carrying Triple H's blank and around in his purse, and then Triple H punched in him.
Well, I guess that's their way of Attitude Era, right?
Yeah.
They've sort of tried. I guess that's as risque as they're going to get.
Yeah.
Carrying certain things in her purse, but I mean that's just a normal line for any married guy, right?
Yeah.
to sort of get at him. What else is Randy supposed to say? And let's not forget, it is scripted, so he was told to say that.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. Like to me, I want to go back to a little bit of old school wrestling. Like I know these guys have script after script after script, but I think that their leash is too tight on some of these scripts. What about you?
I think they should go back to like the 90s way and just let the people like go off script a little bit. And I did read that USA Network is pushing WWE to go more like raunchy and edgy material.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping
that
happens.
Would be good. That would be good. I think people would turn in. tune in, pardon me, to that. The problem is there's so many snowflakes out there that they're going to say something that someone doesn't like, and the next thing you know, there's going to be an uproar. That's the problem with going back to attitude.
Yeah, you got to be politically correct now.
Well, that's it. So, even saying someone's carrying that in their purse, somebody could be all offended by that.
Yeah, all those Karens out there.
Yeah. I would like to see them relax a little bit on their promo policy, just in this respect. So if you and I are having a match this weekend, or let's say Blood Hunter versus Just Incredible, and I'm the promoter or I'm the writer of the storyline, I would like to see me go to Blood Hunter and say, okay, we need you to do a 56-second promo, but you have to hit these 3 bullet points.
Yeah.
Right? If a guy has trouble with promos, perhaps maybe writing a little more in depth. But I got a funny feeling Randy Orton is pretty creative. He's come from the era where he used to do his own promos. Right?
Yeah.
So I could bullet point Randy Orton for sure.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, I don't, whatever. I think he needs to have a string on his back to pull, and then he says something.
The puppeteer.
Sure. And that's why you have Heyman, right?
Yeah.
To do his yakking, because to me, Heyman's phenomenal. He's one of those guys that you can just say, hey, Paul, talk about, a foam roller for 20 minutes, and he'll go on and on about a foam roller and why it's better than, the wrestler Roman Reigns is hanging on up against. But I wish they would just go back to some bullet points and say, okay, I need you to hit, Saturday, 7:00 or whatever it is, the Royal Rumble. I need you to hit the fact that Stephanie carries Triple H's privates in her purse, and I need you to hit the fact that the 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment are coming. And after that, you got 50 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Right? I think that would be a great thing. And it would show some more creativity in these guys.
Yeah, and I think they should start like this Royal Rumble. They should have like a lower card person win it to make a new star.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I was watching the first Royal Rumble out in Hamilton, Ontario. That was the first Royal Rumble. That was the big bench press controversy with Dino Bravo and Jesse Ventura helping him with the 700 pounds. But do you recall who won the very first Royal Rumble?
That was in 1989. I think Hacksaw Jim Duggan won it.
Correct. That is correct. Or as the Miz would say, correct.
I can't believe they gave the Money in the Bank briefcase back to him. Technicality.
Again, but he's a good yacker, right?
Yeah.
He's a good yapper. He doesn't hurt guys. He's great for the biz. But it's just Morrison to me that could see you later. But Miz to me is great. But yeah, so Hacksaw Jim Duggan won that Royal Rumble, and to me, he was the shocker of that because you had Ultimate Warrior in there, even One Man Gang, who was he was a pretty good heel at the time.
Oh yeah.
And a few other big names were in there, but Hacksaw won it, and I was shocked. And I think you're right. Maybe it's time to have that shock value undercard person win it. Who would you pick?
There's a lot of good guys out there. Like, I would have to say, like, I like Apollo Crews and who's another lower card guy? Like Buddy Murphy, even Dominic Mysterio.
No, I disagree. I'm tired of the Mysterios. Stay home, invite Goldberg, and eat chips and just watch the Rumble.
Yeah.
You know who I love, and I know he's he's part of the entertainment value of the WWE, but I would love to see Killings win it, R-Truth. I think he is fantastic for them.
Yeah, I like him, Little Jimmy, and
yeah, he should accidentally win the Royal Rumble. To me, that would be hysterical to have him do that, and again, it would add some entertainment value. Nobody would expect it.
Yeah. How many times has he won the 24/7 championship anyways?
Oh, he's in the 60s by now. I'm assuming. 24/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 European title.
7-Eleven.
Yeah. He's good. He's a great character. I think he needs a little more airtime for humor's sake to throw in there.
Yeah, put Carmel back in the mix and have those dance parties again.
Do it. Do it. Yeah. I don't think he gets enough credit, actually. R-Truth isn't, for people that don't realize, he's been around for a very long time.
Oh, yeah, he's been K Quick, Ron Killings. He's been a bunch of names.
Yeah. And to be in the shape that he's in and still competing, a couple of those splits and everything like that. I mean, I give him a ton of credit. And obviously he's popular in the back with the crew. So yeah, I'd give him a little extra airtime.
Yeah. Yeah, Carmela's doing pretty good in this heel gimmick that she's doing right now.
I like it. I'm kind of happy that there's no Bailey right now.
Yeah.
I kind of had enough of Bailey by the time she lost it, and Sasha Banks. I love Sasha Banks, so I like when she's got a good character. I love the character, and since they've taken Bliss out, they need a good character. And to me, Bailey wasn't the good character for that, but I think Banks fits right in there.
And Charlotte and Asuka have the women's tag team titles right now, and I'm still pushing for the Russian blonde bombshell tag team with Xana and Lana.
Lana can do anything she wants.
Yeah.
I would let her do anything she wants.
We know you would, Jimmy.
I'm not a Charlotte fan. I don't know. There could be other people out there, but I find every time I watch Charlotte, she's very slow. Like, she telegraphs a lot. And I'm not sure if that's because of the opponent that she has, or is she just that slow? It doesn't seem to be always an opponent that Charlotte seems to be either slowing down for, but I have trouble watching her. I'm glad she's back because I don't mind her promos, but I'm just not a fan of her in ring.
Yeah. Like, she's definitely doing better than David Flair in her
I forgot all about him.
wrestling career.
Yeah. And Ric Flair, they got to, you know what, we joked about this in our message, but the next time Flair goes on air, they should really pop some of those zits before they put him on air.
Yeah.
Like, it's HD. I don't need to see that. I'm surprised makeup people don't help him cover that up.
Yeah, makeup people should be fired because you see what they did to Vince McMahon.
Well, I don't even want to go there. Yeah. They could introduce him as the dead man at this point. Yeah,
the Undertaker 2.0.
Yeah, he's not looking so good. But I get it. Like, you wanted to introduce and do a couple things. Fine, it's his ball. He could take it and go home if he wanted to. But I don't mind seeing him once in a while. Vince has been there for us growing up, so why not put him in there? He's technically, I'll call him one of the legends, I guess.
Yeah, I'll never forget when Vince got into that limousine and it blew up and everybody was mourning for him.
Yeah.
And, what was it? The night later, Chris Benoit died or something, and they came out of kayfabe.
Well, see, actually, speaking of that, I think that's part of the problem with today's wrestling. There's not enough kayfabe in there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's too much dirt sheet. We read about it. We kind of know what's going to happen tomorrow before it happens, and the illusion of the ring sort of disappears on us. Yeah. And I think that's what made wrestling special back in the day. It's like always going to a movie and knowing the ending before you get in there. It's not, do you really want to go watch it at that point? You're like, all right, I already know that he's going to win or so-and-so is going to happen. I wish a little more secrecy was surrounding the wrestling business.
Yeah. Like that AJ Styles bodyguard took a picture backstage with like all the legends. I'm like, you wouldn't see Hulk Hogan or Randy Savage do that back in the day.
Yeah, no, I guess. Well, mind you, if he releases that picture after the show, I guess it would be like me or you being in the business for this short period of time, and all of a sudden you meet your heroes. You'd want a picture with them, I guess. I mean, who knows? I mean, you and I don't come from a background of social media when we were like younger.
Yeah.
Right. Like, social media to me was a magazine. You pick up the wrestling magazine and you only read what they gave you. There wasn't a lot of backstage or TikToking and Instagramming, right?
Yeah, like growing up to like the 90s to like the 2000, my family didn't have a computer until like 2000 when my aunt brought me my first computer.
Yeah.
The ones with the floppy disk.
Yeah. Well, exactly. But even then, it took half an hour to get on the internet.
Yeah. And then you had that AOL. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. You got mail. Oh boy, would you run to the computer then? That was excitement at its finest. That was our entertainment. We run to that.
Yeah.
You got mail. So we've tackled Royal Rumble. So if you're picking a winner for this year's Royal Rumble, other than some of the undercards that we talked about, who do you think it will be?
Oh, I had this straight on last year, and I should have bet money on Drew McIntyre winning. I don't know. Like, I'm really hot on Keith Lee and Mustafa Ali right now, so I think one of them might win it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Keith Lee's a good choice. I mean, he's winded up with Sheamus, that they're buddies, or maybe they're not.
Yeah.
So they're pretty good. I could see a Sheamus turncoat on Keith Lee.
Yeah.
If that's the case, and get in there.
Oh yeah, the ring broke during their match with Miz and Morrison last week.
Yeah.
This week.
What, yeah, or was it? Yeah, it could have been last week or 2 weeks ago. One of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was this Raw. Because I remember Triple H and Randy Orton fought in the main event.
Okay. Well, then that's fine. And then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see Sheamus. I'm gonna pick a Sheamus winning the Royal Rumble this year.
I can see that.
Again, because I think everyone's expecting Keith Lee to get this massive push.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to come down to a turncoat. And again, it'll set something up if McIntyre retains a title, correct? That you're going to face Sheamus, your buddy.
Yeah. But I can also see maybe Braun Strowman coming back as a surprise entrance.
I can see him come back, but, they haven't done anything with him to begin with.
Yeah.
Like they never seem to give him a title. It's like The Fiend. They never give him a title for very long, if ever. And they should. Like Braun Strowman cleans house when he gets in there.
That dude is huge in real life.
Yeah. I've never met him in real life, but obviously.
Because he was at the WWE show I went to, and man, that dude, holy crap.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Big character. Okay, so we've covered them. How are you with your AEW?
Like I watch YouTube clips every once in a while, or I'll go on my Twitter and see a random clip or two. I did like the Brody Lee tribute though to him
on AEW.
Yeah,
I know there was a few wrestlers who were they sort of voiced opinion that they thought WWE could have done more of a tribute. But I'm not sure if a person isn't working in your organization any longer, do you do a massive tribute? I think, to me, my own opinion, I think WWE did the right thing with just a small in memory of. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think they took too much heat, in my opinion, for someone that doesn't work in their organization at the time. It's not like he had retired from wrestling and been out for a long time to do a video tribute to that person. Yeah. He technically was with your competition. So I still think they paid some respect in the right way. That's just my opinion, and some people could think differently, but AEW did a great job with it.
Oh yeah, and they had his son hold his belt.
Yeah. And they gave him that belt, right? They did give him the belt to keep. And they retired that red TNT belt, yeah.
Yeah, now they're at a black belt, I think, on Darby Allin or something.
I think so, yeah. All right, are you liking this Kenny Omega?
It's not really doing nothing for the ratings, to be honest.
So what would you do with Kenny Omega?
Like I don't know his character. I have seen a couple of his matches, but I don't really know that much about him to make an opinion like that.
So but he came in like a house on fire when AEW first came in.
Yeah.
everybody was excited that Kenny Omega was going to be mainstream here and not in Japan. And they bring in Don Callis. So what do you think of the Don Callis situation coming in for Kenny Omega?
I don't really like it.
Why?
Like, I don't know. There's something about Don Callis that just rubs me the wrong way.
Okay. So now to me, I knew Don years ago working in the local wrestling here in Winnipeg, and he always had a good mouth. Like he would chirp and kill time like nobody's business. And I've seen him a couple times with Kenny Omega, and to me, Kenny Omega is lacking in the chirp. So it seems like Callis isn't getting enough, to me, airtime on the mic when it comes to Kenny Omega, because I think Don Callis he comes in hated to begin with. He's always been a good heel.
Yeah.
And he, like when he was Jackal, he was a good heel in the WWF era. I think they need to let him talk more.
Oh yeah, like make him like Kenny Omega is like Paul Heyman.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because right now he just kind of carries the belt and he's in behind the scenes saying, yeah, kick him again or good job.
Yeah.
But Don Callis to me is he's a great verbalist, and I would let him vocalize for Kenny Omega. And that, well, you're either I'm assuming they want to put Kenny Omega over as this heel right now. That's my assumption, because Moxley is still pretty popular with the group.
Oh yeah. And Renee Young, his wife is pregnant with their first child, so I've always liked John Moxley / Dean Ambrose.
I think he's good. You know, when he was with the WWE, I always said he reminded me of a guy just off a bender, drinking rum and beer all night, coming to the ring, having a slobber knocker, and leaving. And again, there's another guy who had this crazy popularity, but not a crazy good character. Like to me, it was, you know, the white wife beater, as they call the shirt, right? And a pair of jeans, and he came in there as this, like to me, he was just a party guy. And I think they've still kind of continued that a little bit with him. And I think that's what the fans like. He's an unpredictable character.
Yeah, but then WWE ruined him by putting him in like comedy skits and.
Yeah.
There's too much comedy in wrestling now.
And I don't know about you, but I find the AEW, like when they first came in, and I think I've mentioned this with Hannibal a couple times, that AEW to me had WWE beat no problem. That there was a ton of talent, the movements, everything was fast and furious, and now I find AEW very slow and sloppy.
Yeah, you got a bunch of like high flying and.
Yeah, but they're almost telegraphing too much high fly, and you know it's coming, or you really see the guys waiting and on the mat wiggling into position for the other guy. Was it a couple weeks ago they had Snoop Dogg in there, right?
Oh yeah, that body splash, I think it was called.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, come on now, let's just bring in Dennis Rodman again. Why not? You know. But Snoop Dogg is fun. If that gets him some ratings, why not? I just don't believe Snoop Dogg giving a splash is ratings worthy.
And then I see Sasha Banks tweeting about it, and I was like,
well, there is a relation there, is there not?
Yeah, cousin, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. So what was Sasha tweeting about?
I forgot, but she was like praising her cousin or whatever, and I'm like, he's Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah. So now I want to flip back. We are approximately, and I know BarnBurner will give me a flash up here on my screen again. I think we're probably in the 3-minute mark here before we got to wrap things up.
Right.
So let's just talk about we've basically taken over Hannibal TV here on BarnBurner Network. Hannibal will be back next week. And we're possibly fired
Yeah.
I'm
You're
not sure you can
fired.
fire guys who don't get paid. But so let's talk about Hannibal's on the road right now. He's doing an interview tonight, which is why he can't be on.
Yeah.
And then we want to promote the fact that there is a match with this Blood Hunter character who is an absolute mystery in the wrestling world right now. When is that happening?
February something maybe.
You're a great promoter.
Follow SW Fury on Twitter. Find out. Or the Hannibal TV or Devin Hannibal on Twitter.
Yeah, go to the Hannibal TV. Look him up on Twitter. There's some good promos there right now.
Yeah.
Selena's up there chirping away. I didn't realize that Teddy Long is actually Justin Credible's. He's sort of in his stable.
Yeah.
You know that? Yeah. It was like Teddy Long was at the Legends show. I'm not sure Teddy Long knew he was at the Legends show, but he was.
It's a tag team match, player.
Yeah. But hey, it was, again, I still kind of like seeing those guys come in and do their thing.
Yeah, the nostalgia.
Sure, I like that. I don't like hearing guys like Mustafa Ali whine and cry about the Legends getting airtime, because if it wasn't for those guys, Ali wouldn't be having any airtime.
Yeah.
You know, like the Hogans and the Flairs and those guys. You know, that's just the way it goes, right? You have to give credit to the guys who got you there, who made and paved the way for you. And I think anytime the Legends come on TV, there is a buzz, regardless.
Yeah, like when this Retribution first started happening, I thought it was gonna be like the next Nexus, but now they started out hot, and now they're like fizzled out.
Yeah. So listen, Jeff, I think we're gonna have to wrap this up. It's coming down to a close. I don't know how many seconds there is, but thanks for tuning in today to the Hannibal TV on the BarnBurner Network, and I had a lot of fun with you, buddy.
You too.
All right.
Make sure you stay tuned next week. The Hannibal TV show. We'll be back with Hannibal. And peace out. Flick Club out. Stay too sweet.
Later.